Welcome to Hazy2Clear TV from Buffalo, New York. This discussion's topic is a civil rights issue going on in Arizona. I'm Josh Veronica, and I'm joined today by John Core, Michael Kahn, Jack Boyd, and Andrew LaMartina. Michael, can you describe the bill that's currently going through in Arizona right now?
Yeah, so it basically passed a party line vote in the Arizona legislature. Republicans voted for it, Democrats against it, and basically allows business owners to turn away people they disagree with their lifestyle. So like it allows them to discriminate, for example, against gay people. That's the issue, and that's what's being debated right now. Both Republican U.S. senators have come out against the law after all the controversy, and even business people like the Chamber of Commerce have come out against it, saying it will drive business from the state, much like the immigration law, the tough on crime immigration law turned people away from Arizona as well last year. So, but Jan Brewer has till Friday to sign it into law, and she may veto it. It's looking like she will do that.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on this bill?
I personally am strongly against the bill. Really, all it's doing is just legalizing discrimination against people who happen to be gay. And it's pretty clear as this discussion goes forward that both Republicans and Democrats are starting to oppose the bill. I mean, especially the Democrats who have been against it since its proposal. Really, this treats some citizens as second class. And you have to ask yourself, is this really something that we want in the country?
It really doesn't change too much in terms of law. All it really does, I mean, these are private businesses that say, if we don't condone your lifestyle, we don't have to serve you. That's kind of a generic religious liberty fight that really has nothing to do with gay people. And by the way, the law says that you have to prove not only it's a valid religious reason why you're turning away people, but also it's a sincerely held religious practice. I don't know of any good Christian who would turn away someone from their restaurant just because they happen to be gay. So really, the law doesn't even allow for that. The law actually protects that. It says you have to have a sincerely held religious belief. You can't just turn away someone who's black, because no religion in this country says that black people are second-class citizens right now. So the fact of the matter is it doesn't change much. It just upholds the religious liberty of private businesses.
Well, ultimately, what you were saying is it's a question of religious liberty, and honestly, that's not what it is. Religious liberty is basically just a code word for discrimination. It's allowing, as LaMartina said, it's allowing gay people to be second-class citizens, to have those who are of a certain level and then have those who are of a lesser level. Now, we've already gone through this. People decided back in 1964 with the Civil Rights Act that it's not okay to treat people as second-class citizens. It's not okay to treat people as less, even if it's a firmly held conviction, even if it's a conviction held by an entire region, an entire state. That's not okay. The spirit of the law is that we are equal. We are all Americans, and we cannot have second-class citizens in America.
By the way, I think it's somewhat offensive comparing the plight of African Americans who were born here on slave ships. So the laws of the country enslaved them for 100 years, comparing that to the plight of people who want to get married and break the institution of marriage, which, by the way, most religious denominations, Christians in this country, support it. 33 states have outlawed gay marriage, and even more, like 45% of the country thinks homosexuality is a sin. So you may think these beliefs are somehow invalid and not from this time, but the fact is, the majority of Americans would disagree with you on that, as the majority of Christians as well. So this is an issue that business owners, if they're Christians, don't want to condone. And by the way, like there was a case recently when they made a photographer take pictures of a gay wedding, a wedding that he didn't approve of. I mean, this is ridiculous. You're forcing private people to condone practices that you may find perfectly normal, but a lot of the country finds abnormal, and in fact find the gay marriage should be between one man and one woman.
Well, you honestly trying to say, and you said it earlier on, that it was incomparable that gay people they haven't faced discrimination. They haven't faced people who have literally killed them. They haven't faced violence.
See,
with
all due respect, in this country,
every day of their lives.
Lots of people want to be.
That's really offensive.
Jack,
actually. That's the true offensive thing.
I think what Michael is trying to say is, I personally think that this new law sounds personally, it sounds disgusting to me. I don't think people should be treated as second-class citizens. But also, you have to take into account the civil rights of people who respect certain denominations of their religion. Now, when you think in terms of people who say that they're against gay marriage and against against any type of gay denomination, it sounds crazy, but you also have to respect the person's religion. And I know that there has to be a separation between church and state, but I personally think that you also have to take into account private business owners, their rights and their views on the certain situation.
By the way, no, gay people haven't faced discrimination like African Americans have in this country. I mean, there was a short period in the last century, but there are no civil rights that are being denied to any American right now. So the idea of equating the struggle of gay people who want to get married and break an institution of marriage that the religious domination, actually society promotes, versus the plight of African Americans who weren't even given the right to vote, were considered less than human. I think that's actually really, that's the disgusting part. It's nothing about this law that's disgusting.
I feel like you're certainly taking that analogy a little bit too far. But just one thing that I wanted to add in with this law, it's glorifying discrimination. And I don't believe that anyone in the country should have the right, whether it be based on religious reasons or for whatever reason, I don't think they should have the right to discriminate against a certain group of people.
Andrew,
just because
let
they feel like
let
it.
me tie it up with this. Say if a person is having a dinner at their house and they decide that they would rather not have a gay person at their house, that is their own choice, and the government can't step in on that. It's very similar to small privately owned businesses. It's the business owner who gets to make the decision in the end, and the government can't really have say in that factor because we've been seeing a lot of that recently where the government tries to impede on certain small businesses, and it's been tearing small businesses down.
We're out of time. Thank you for watching this episode of Hazy2Clear TV.